Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me again. And of course, this is another fan moment. And we got the ice maker going on in here because we're trying to stay hydrated and cool. At the time of this recording, we're still going through this Georgia heat wave. And when I check the news, it looks like it's going up and down the East Coast. So it's a thing right now. But anyway, I wanted to jump in and give you this message because I just got off the phone with a potential client. Because at the time of this recording, I didn't start doing the coaching sessions yet, but I offered a free session. And if you want to go to my website, arachnidmediaonline.com, and click on services, and it'll show where if you want to receive any coaching on areas that I specialize in, you're welcome to do that. But I offer a 30-minute session prior to you signing up for sessions so I can customize a plan. But anyway, that's my little plug. But anyway, I was talking to this lady and it was a very interesting conversation. Now, you guys know that I'm a non-denominational spiritualist. I believe in a higher power. I'm not hung up on names or whether or not they're black or white or what sex they are or anything like that. Superficial stuff. But I do believe in a higher power because there's just too many things in nature and in life and in the world that we just cannot explain, and we know that man is not capable of doing. So it had to be a universal force involved with the creation of these things. So this lady is actually a devout Christian. I forgot what denomination she was, but they're very, very charismatic. They're a charismatic Protestant religion. And she grew up in that denomination for years. Now, she's been married for about 13 years. Um, and she's had her ups and downs with her husband and everything. And at some point, halfway in the marriage, um, some infidelities and some, the outside relationships resulting in another family came into play. But because of her religion, even though she was reluctant to stay in the marriage and wanted to file for divorce, because of her religion, she was forced to go back to her husband in her mind because her religion told her that would be the best thing to do. That was the only way that she would have any salvation, and that the Creator would appreciate her for that. And I get that because I was raised up in a similar type religion that was Protestant that kind of preached that. Taking forgiveness to a level where you inconvenience yourself, inconvenience your peace, inconvenience your life, and put yourself in spiritual bondage because a doctrine told you that that's the only way that you're going to receive any blessings or grace from a higher power is to suffer. And for those of you who want to go into the archives, you can check my videos where I talk about suffering. So this lady has found out about another indiscretion. Now, he had been faithful for a while, but they found out he had another indiscretion with another female that was significantly younger than him. Actually around the age of one of her oldest children that she had from another relationship. And now I guess he's considered to be a little fling, and there's a rumor of, because of a third party that went to her who apparently knows this woman or girl. And apparently the girl is saying that she's pregnant and that there's going to be another outside child, because I think he has 2 or 3 outside children. So the woman is like, she just needed to talk to somebody because she wanted to put her energies into something that will help her be more self-sufficient. Because right now she makes significantly less money than he does. She doesn't have much money put away, and what she wants to do is come up with a game plan where she's self-sufficient. The children that they had together are grown, so she can actually leave the relationship for good. So if you look on my page for the website, I do offer, assistance for people who want to go back to school, and want to change their lives. Not so much career counseling. So the issue of school came up. Here's the thing. I was started to talk to her about it, and gave her just a gist of what you would learn, doing the coaching with me, because there's different factors when you're going back to school to consider. And the problem is that she is mentally checked out of the relationship by not making herself available to the man. And this happened before he got involved in this other relationship. Like I said, he was faithful for a while when they reconciled, but because she didn't address her unresolved feelings when they reconciled because of the pressure of her religion, she checked out from the relationship. She was not available for him the way she was prior to the betrayal. Every 2 seconds, she was running this place, running that place, going this place, going that place. In other words, when he was out in those streets before before the breakup, now she's out in the streets. But the way she's doing it is, it's not clubs and affairs. It's always something for the church or something for the job, and she's literally not home that much. So he's stuck trying to figure out what's going on with her. Um, she comes home when she wants to come home. She doesn't attend to things in the home as much as she used to because, as I stated, the kids were grown. So she's basically, in a way, low key exacting revenge on him by doing or trying to make him feel the way she felt. And when I asked her about that, she said, "Oh, no, 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 because I'm needed for this volunteer group," because I think she serves at a food bank or something like that. She said, I'm at this group and this, that, and the other. But she said the thing is that I just don't want to spend any time with them. So you got to be careful with that, people. We ended the session on a positive note. She does want to go back to school, to college, but the thing is that my question is what are your living arrangements going to be when you do that? Because you're already not home enough. So he's trying to justify his relationship, his outside relationship, because it was brought in the open with this person on the fact that his wife was not emotionally available, but she was emotionally unavailable because he cheated in a previous relationship, but she wasn't honest with herself when she reconciled. And when they reconciled, one of the kids was still in the house. So I'm thinking that they did it because of the children and it had nothing to do with their relationship. Now, there are open marriages. Maybe they should consider that, but her religion probably does not accept anything like that. And also, when he married her, we had to go back a little further in the conversation. And I asked her, I said, when you married him, was he a part of the church? And she said, oh, no, he didn't go to church or anything like that. And I'm going to end on this note and I'm going to let you guys go. When you have one person that's heavily religious and you have another person who's not, it is a huge gamble to get married to them and have a life. A huge gamble. And it could be the nicest people in the world, because I'm not saying people that don't go to church every Sunday is bad, because that's not fair to even think that. They may have their reasons for not doing it, or they may be part of another religion, or it could be a traumatic experience associated with church. It could be a number of things. But if you have one, this is where they talk about being unequally yoked. And this is the problem. Got people who are so full of religion to tell them, oh, well, it's going to rub off on them like some kind of osmosis, or like you wearing down, whoever it is, and it's not going to work. So when you get involved in something like that in the beginning, already understand if you got a person from one belief system and then you marrying somebody else from another belief system, don't think that you're going to emotionally bully that person to think your way, because that's not right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Peace.